Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your comments, and thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. Today, we're talking about Dak Prescott, the NFL quarterback reportedly worth over $300 million, who ended his engagement with the mother of his two children. The rumor circulating online is that the breakup happened because she refused to sign a prenup. And of course, social media is dragging him for choosing money over family. But let's slow down. Let's actually talk about what's at stake here, not just for Dak, but for anyone in a high-earning, high-risk profession. So let's talk about the reality of professional athletes' wealth. People love to say, he's rich, what's the problem? But professional athletes don't earn like regular people. Their earning window is short, we know that. Their careers don't last that long. Their bodies are their careers. They're not Jeff Bezos at Amazon, where every time something is sold, he gets a share of the money, or Bill Gates, every time somebody buys your software, he gets paid. It's not that kind of party. They often support extended family, especially if they're Black, business ventures, and long-term obligations. Plus, they have to pay agents, they have to pay publicists, they have to pay for wherever they live, they have to pay for everything. And when they retire, their income drops dramatically. So yes, they make a lot of money, but the money that they make during those short careers have to last them for the rest of their lives. So as far as I'm concerned, a prenup isn't about greed. It's about protection. He has to protect his future too. That's good business, and marriage is a business. So, the prenup debate. Two adults, two choices. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty of it. She has the right to refuse a prenup. He has the right to refuse marriage without one. Two adults, two choices. Neither one of them is a villain. If you can't agree on the legal foundation of your marriage, then maybe you shouldn't get married. It's that simple. But they have kids together, you say. What about the kids? Yes, that's exactly why this situation is so complicated. And here's where I'm going to be honest. Having children with a man before marriage puts a woman in a vulnerable position, emotionally, legally, and financially. That's not judgment, that's reality. Marriage gives structure, it gives clarity, and it gives legal protection. So if you make a decision to have children with a man that you are not married to, you are making a choice that you may regret, because there's nothing in you having children that says a man has to marry you, and many of them don't. She was an adult, and from my understanding, they've only known each other since 2023. I thought this was a long-term college sweetheart situation when I first heard about it. But when I realized that this was just a 2023 startup relationship, then it makes more sense to me that he would have reservations about signing over his future to a woman that he's only known basically 3 years. Now, this is where I'm going to get messy. Dak Prescott's ex-fiancée is named Sarah Jane Ramos. So you would think maybe Latino. Well, you would be right, even though she says she's Italian, English, and then half Spanish from Cuba. I'm going to say, and yes, it's messy, that Kobe Bryant ruined these Latino women. They're running around here on social media saying that Black men are for the Latino women. Okay, fine. Good luck with that. But what that says to me is that they think that once they get a hold of one of these black athletes, that they should get married without a prenup so that come hell or high water, they're going to get all of it. So this is where I agree with Dak Prescott. I'm willing to marry you, but you're not going to get all my money. So bringing it back to the two children, when you have children first and negotiate the marriage later, you are negotiating from a weaker position. So can a prenup be changed later? So let's say they did get married with a prenup and they stay married for a long time. They have a satisfying marriage. They love each other. They're vibing together and they decide they're going to be together. Can they go back and change the prenup? You absolutely can. People act like a prenup is a stone tablet from Mount Sinai. It's not. Prenups can be renegotiated. They can be amended. They can be thrown out and rewritten entirely. If a couple is still together after 10, 15, 20, 25 years and the relationship is strong, they can sit down and say, let's update this. Let's increase your share. Let's adjust the terms. Let's remove certain clauses. A prenup is not a life sentence, it's a starting point. So the argument that a prenup means he doesn't trust her doesn't hold up. If anything, it means he wants clarity now and flexibility later. So what people don't want to acknowledge is that some of these women are for the streets anyway. And they go into this understanding that I'm going to get my kids, I'm going to get my money, and then I'm going to get out here and do what I want to do because they were for the streets to start with. Y'all can judge me, fine. So what does it say when someone refuses a prenup? This might be uncomfortable for some people, but here's the reality. If a man is worth hundreds of millions of dollars, if he's offering financial security, stability, and a future, and the woman says, no, I need half of everything you've ever earned and will earn. I want it all. So that raises questions because let's be honest. Any prenup with a wealthy man is going to leave a woman with more than she had, more than she came with, more than most people will ever see. So refusing a prenup isn't about survival. It's about entitlement to his lifetime earnings. And that's where a lot of men, not just Dax, draw the line. I guarantee you she wouldn't go up in a white man's face telling him she wanted half of everything or she wasn't going to sign a prenup. I guarantee you she wouldn't have got anywhere with that white man. But guess what? A white man wouldn't have dropped his seed off like that. And no, it's not because I think so highly of white men. It's because white people understand how to build and sustain generational wealth. You don't give it all to somebody you met 3 years ago. So let's look at the bigger picture. This isn't just about Dak Prescott. This is about modern relationships and the collision between love, money, trust, and long-term security. A prenup doesn't mean you don't love someone. It means you're protecting the life you built before they arrived. And if two people can't agree on something as fundamental as how to protect their assets, their children, and their future, then walking away might actually be the healthiest choice for everyone involved. So, was he right to choose money over family? Maybe the real question is, if someone refuses to protect your future, were they ever really choosing family in the first place? Because the reality is, he's family too. He's a part of the family, so his financial future needs to be secured too. Again, some people are just for the streets. And just as a messy final thought, Dak Prescott is biracial. His mother was white. She's passed away. And he has shared that they were very close. And the media, they run with that anytime there's a white woman involved. He has spoken about his black identity. His father is involved in his life, even though his parents divorced. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say he has some black women cousins. I have seen him partying with black people. So I'm going to assume that he's got some black women cousins somewhere along the way, or a black sister. He has a biracial sister. So I'm guessing that somebody has gotten in his ear and said, you know what? You need to think about that. And possibly he listened. Now, the thing about some black men is you can't tell them anything once they get with these other races of women, like Kobe Bryant. Nobody could tell him anything. But some people might listen. So it sounds like he might have listened to somebody. And he decided that, well, I'll take care of my children, but I'm going to protect my future too. I don't blame him. From the looks of these children, he has successfully bred out his blackness, and maybe that was the goal. But I won't be messy and add anything to that. But let me know what you think. Thank you for listening. Give me a thumbs up. Keep warm out there, and have a great day.